Yo, everyone, Mercurial here. Today I'm gonna do a little patch review or patch rundown of the new patch that Mortog is gonna talk about here. I'm not gonna listen to him though, but yeah, we're gonna look through the changes and I'm gonna say what I think. So yeah, let's go through this. Gonna try to make it kinda quickly. First we have encounters. The encounters basically just changed odds for them. They reduced the Mel and Warwick ones and took some others up a bit. So, I mean, in general, I think most of us watching this channel at least will be pretty competitive and not enjoy the Mel and Warwick that much. I personally don't really care about Mel, kinda, but yeah, it's not my favorite really, and yeah, I mean, that's good. Nice. Then for augments that require a certain breakpoint of traits to appear, will require more units in the trait to appear on 4.2, for real this time. So yeah, last patch they did this, but it didn't actually work, so now it happens. Basically, this means you will get a bit more tailored augments, or they will be tailored better, so you should low roll less. I mean, nothing crazy. I don't think it will change how you play the game much. So yeah. And then Dominator shield on 4 and 6 up by 50 and 100. It doesn't really change much, but I like these small kind of changes. I think it's better doing small changes and like buffing things a bit than making stuff super broken. And yeah, I don't think this will really change the tier of Dominators or Silco, but yeah, Dominators haven't been looking that great. Good change. Similar to Enforcer, this not a big change. I mean, Enforcer is still good if you hit Caitlyn or Vi 2, but if you don't hit them, it's not good. I'm not the biggest fan of the comp because of that, but yeah, they can't really change that in the trait itself. It's just how the units work for the trait. Yeah, Enforcer will still be good. This is a buff to it, which I guess makes it a bit better if you don't hit Caitlyn, but yeah, it won't change the power level much. It's not a big difference. Yeah. And then Emissary, 4-piece HP bonus, 200, 250. That is actually decent. Um, it's not that big though, let's be honest. But it's not super small. It does make a difference. So maybe we see Ambessa come back or something. Ambessa got a pretty big AD buff as well, as we will see later. So yeah, maybe Ambessa will be back. Like now you play only the Sork version of Emissary pretty much, like 6 Sork for Emissary if you have +1 Sork, but maybe normal Emissary Corki will be playable kinda again. It's hard though. Like the problem with that comp is that you need to hit so many units and Cork is so contested at least right now. But let's see if Cork will change for something. Then Experiment. Clone HP 50 to 48%. Um, yeah, this is a bit weird, I think. Like, it feels like Twitch will not be very good now, but I mean, sure, the experiment clone was broken and is broken, so sure, nerf it. I'm fine with that. It is broken for sure. It's really good. But yeah, now I mean, yeah, you basically only play Twitch if you have a Giga spot. I think the experiment spot is still good, probably, but it's not as good. But yeah, you can probably still play it if you get the experiment spat, especially if you get it from like a golem or something. You can obviously play it, but yeah, even the spat itself, if you play for it or make it, it's probably pretty good. Pit fighter, heal amount. I mean, pit fighter, it's just a kind of fake trait with these 6 and 8. Like, you only play it if you play Violet. You have too many like low cost units, so you never play the high amounts. Bit of a Violet buff, not really gonna change anything. The problem with Violet is that, like, yeah, it's not that Pit Fighter is weak. It's that getting to this amount of pit fighters without being low HP, so it won't really change anything. Rebel buff, 12 to 15% HP increase. I like it. Rebels haven't been looking that good. Like, they're still good if you hit the Jinx, but yeah, if you don't hit it, it's very hard. And like, So is more contested than when Rebel was meta, and Ilaoi too, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, now it's gonna be nicer. You can definitely go for it if you have a good start. Visionary, 8 Visionary nerf, not super big. I think Frenata is still gonna be good. Probably not gonna see much of the Heimer Visionary comp, but yeah, Renata, probably still good. Then we have some more trade changes for Kim Baron. Basically, they reduce the amount of Kim Baron stacks you get from the 4 trait. Here, when you win to 15 instead of 20, and then increased it 60 instead of 55 on 5, and increases from 70 to 90 on 6. But the 6, you're not gonna play 6 that much, because I can already say it, because I've seen they removed the Cambaron crest, so it's gonna be a lot harder getting to 6. And that's why they removed the 7. Basically, 6 will be if you hit Savika, so the amount you get is kind of fakes, because you probably already cashed out. And the HP is lowered. I think this is a big nerf to like the Silco, like big cash out version. But the Smeech version is probably still good. So yeah, you can play Smeech and it's gonna be good. But yeah, the big 500 cash out dream is slowly dying. I mean, it's still fine if you get a good spot for it, but yeah, you should probably go into Smeech if you're playing Kembar now instead of Silco. They like nerfed it 2 times in a row is the problem. And the thing with Cambaron is that if you nerf it a bit, it means that it's gonna be harder winning out. Like if you lose a single round, it's just over and you go 8th. So nerfs are really hard. And these changes, I mean, sure they just balanced out the items. I don't think it matters that much. Cambaron items balanced out. That's good. Champions 1, 2, 3 cost. Draven 3 buffed, so we see another buff to Pit Fighter and Violet. Besides that, you would never play Draven 3, and even in that, like, this change won't do anything at all. Like, you will not play Violet because of this. I mean, I guess I'm happy that they buffed him, sure. It's good. Steb, they nerf 1 and 2 cost, or 1 and 2 star, that's probably good. He was really, really strong. Buff the 4 star. Okay. Buff to the reroll step, I guess, if you get, or not even reroll if you take the 4 star anomaly, or if you get step from the like augment that gives you step every turn or whatever. But yeah, I mean it's a nerf to step overall. Um, Still gonna be a good unit, but yeah, not as broken. Urgot, they nerf him big AD nerf, 20% spell AD, and the secondary damage down by 10 on 3 star. And I've been playing a lot of Urgot. I think this is gonna make a big difference. Like uh, the thing is, this will do often, so you need to like ult maybe instead of twice, you need to ult 3 times on a unit to kill it. So it's like it does make a big difference. Like he's still gonna be good with the Sterox augment, I'm pretty sure. But besides that, I would try to stay away unless you have like a very good spot. Like you have maybe 2 Urgots, 2 Tristanas or something. Then sure, play him. But yeah, you usually probably not without the great augment or something. Then Cassiopeia, spell damage up by like 20, 30, around that. Like 10 level 1, 15 level 2, 20 level 3. Or no, 30 level 3, what am I saying? Yeah, that is not really gonna change much. Don't think we're gonna see reroll Cassiopeia, but in some world it is possible of rerolling like Vladimir Cassiopeia or Blitzcrank Cassiopeia, since also the Scion gets buffed from rerolling Cassiopeia, since if you get Cassio 3, the Scion is gonna get a lot stronger. But yeah, this will not make that possible. Like maybe we can see some kind of Cassiopeia comp with the trifecta, the 3-cost augment, but yeah, I'm very doubtful. I don't think maybe if you get trifecta, you can get like a tier 3 comp with it. And here the Ambessa buff I talked about, 380 buff. That's actually not that small, since it like scales with the star level. It's definitely gonna be quite a lot stronger, but is it gonna be playable in the normal emissary comp where you carry Ambessa instead of the sorcerers? I think it's either gonna be tier 2 or tier 3. And tier 2 comps you play quite often, so it's possible. But if it's tier 3, yeah, we're not gonna see it much. I think it depends a lot on how much Corki is played in other comps. If it's not played much, you can play it with Ambessa, but if it's played a lot, it's gonna be hard hitting Corki, which like makes Ambessa a lot worse as well. But yeah, I think it's kind of playable now. If you just get Ambessa, you can play Ambessa Corki. And it's also a buff for the Ambessa Sorcerer line, that's nice. 4 Sorcerer or 6 Sorcerer, 4 Emissary is gonna be good for sure. Like, they didn't really nerf it, I think. No, they didn't nerf Sorcerer or anything, so yeah, that's gonna be stronger. The 3-star, I mean, that's fake. Mundo, 60 to 66 armor and AP, but 18 to 15% spell heal HP percent. Yeah, I think that's needed. It's a small buff to Twitch and a small buff to Silco. That is needed. I don't think this will change any real tiers, but definitely good to see, I think. Like, Mundo is not a great unit right now. Like, if you play Silco, you prefer putting items on Garen. That's still the case, I think. And in Twitch, where you actually play him, in the non-Bruiser version, or also in the Bruiser version, like, it's not because of Mundo the comp is good, it's because of Twitch. So yeah, but it's good to seeing buffs. Then Echo, 15 damage nerf level 1, 20 damage nerf level 2. Good to see. And the secondary damage, -1 level 1, -10 level 2. Some nerf to 3-star as well, that's fake. That's good. I think Echo is super good. No quirky nerfs, no scrap nerfs though, so scrap is still gonna be good. Like, yeah, it is gonna be good. It's not that big of a nerf. Also a nerf to Ambusher though. I feel like you play Ambusher even less now, and you probably stay away from the Ambusher Firelight version with the +1 Firelight, where you played 2 Echoes. That's probably gonna be very bad now. But yeah, scrap probably, or it is gonna be good still. It definitely gonna be good. Then we say Elise, or very good, I mean, even. Elise, this is for the melee version only. They nerfed the mana. Good to see. Elise is played in like more than half the 4-cost comps, I feel like. She's really good. Good to see a nerf, I think. Yeah, not much to say there. I mean, she's obviously still going to be played in the comps she's played in. And yeah. Heimerdinger, small buff. That's fine with me. Heimer is a bit of a weird unit. You need to stall for so long to make him good, otherwise he's terrible. So, yeah, good buff. Very small, 2 damage level 1, 3 level 2. Nothing crazy. Happy to see it. Caitlyn nerf, good to see. I mean, they buffed Enforcer a bit, maybe because of this. So it's still just a Caitlyn check. 280 nerf, yeah, good. Nothing crazy. I mean, she's still gonna be crazy in Enforcer, but not great in everything else besides like if you play snipers, sure, but yeah, it's gonna be the same. It's not gonna change anything. Nerf to LeBlanc, 10 damage nerf and then 15 to the empowered auto damage. I don't think this will change anything in the meta since sorcerers didn't get nerfed in any other way. It doesn't really matter for that comp. For Black Rose, it's not great since they were already not that good, but I mean, this is not gonna make a big difference. It's a small change to a unit you don't always hit, so yeah. Victor buff, 60 to 75, and yeah, it's level 1 that matters. 60, 75, 160 to 150 to 160 main spell damage. Yeah, you will still not itemize Victor, but if you have random items, it's better putting them on Victor now than before. This isn't gonna change anything. If you have a good spot to play Victor, you play him. If not, you don't. He's gonna be good. But yeah, you still don't like main carry him. Camgaren emblem removed, as I talked about. Gold collector, chance for gold 40 to 33%. A good change. I mean, really, really good on Corki and Twitch. Both are, yeah, it's too good on both of them. So good change. It's very like because it's on both the AD carries. It's very versatile as well. Yeah, I'm happy with that change. Mogul's mail, the worst. Or the worst. What's it called? Shimmer scale item. It's not called shimmer scale. It's an artifact now, right? Something. But yeah, the HP goes up. Um, it's still not gonna be good. It's so hard to pop this. And even when you pop it, it's not that crazy. Like when you get the gold. But if you have like a 2-star Darius or something early game, or a 2-star Irelia with like a stone plate or something, it's pretty good. You're definitely not sad to see this if you have a 2-star tank and you're playing it into 4 costs. Blue buff and Nashers can now be equipped on manaless champions. This was for bug reasons. Obviously, you should not do that. Blade Dance, spell AD, so the Irelia hero augment. They take up the spell AD. That is good to see. Not the great augment, so is it gonna be good now? I think it actually could be good. They do a 15 AD buff and then a 5 and a 5. That is pretty big actually. But it's only gonna be good if you have very many Irelias and you can get her really quickly 3-star. And even then, it's probably not that amazing, but then you can consider taking it. If you don't have any other choice, it's gonna be a good top 4 comp probably, if you have good opener. Diversified portfolio and diversified portfolio plus. Gold per traits, 1 per 3 is 2 per 4 now. That is a lot better, I think. If you have 4 plus traits and you plan to play that the rest of the game, you can probably take this and get 2 gold per turn. That is probably very good now. I think it is. I think it's good. Yeah, if you need an icon augment, this is gonna be good. For a silver tier augment, that is pretty good. I'm pretty sure. But it's probably nothing crazy, but Yeah, it's good. Eye for an eye plus. Ally deaths per combat per component 13 to 16. This is the one where your allies die, you get a component. So it was too broken. 16 is a big nerf, actually. I think this goes from being broken to being decent only. Um, like, I probably wouldn't be sad taking it, but I'm not happy. This is basically you get the component delayed by one turn. It's gonna take one turn longer to get your component. Uh, and obviously that means the second component takes 2 turns longer. That is a very big nerf. Yeah, I don't think this is broken anymore. Probably just decent. Mad Chemist, Singed Augment, Spell Omnivamp, up 10%. That is big buff. I think this is gonna be pickable. If you have many Singed, it's probably like Aurelia. If you don't have many Singed, it's not good. You probably need 3 plus Singed to take it still, so it's not that great, but it's pickable. Mentorship HP down. This is basically best on in reroll comps when you can mentor your reroll unit and make it stronger. This is one where if you put a higher cost unit beside it, it gets stronger. It's probably still good in that, but not as much in normal comps now. Survivor, this is still the most terrible thing ever. This is one where, let me search it up exactly what it says. After 3 players are eliminated, gain X amount of gold. Yeah, you're not gonna you're not gonna go top 5 without the silver augment in a good lobby. Like, if you're playing on your Smurf, this is the best augment. It's so good, but otherwise just don't. Table scraps re-enabled grants its effect for the next 3 carousels. So this is the one that after the next 4 carousels, gain 1 unit that was not taken and its item, and gain 1 gold. I don't think this is very good at all. Or actually, you get, yeah, it's this one is decent if you're loose streaking. It's good. It's like a loose streak augment. You get the delayed effect, but it's not a very good one. I feel like you would rather just have the support mining or those kind of things where you get the support augment from your dummy. But if you don't have anything better, if you're loose streaking, you take that. Augments gold, Cameron, yeah, crest removed. Glass Cannon 2, 20 to 25% damage amp. I think this is going to be really good now, actually. That's a big damage amp. Definitely happy taking that, I think. Moonlight, the one that gives you a 3-star 1 cost. ED and AP bonus up 10%. I think this is very good in some situations. I played this in Scrap with like Annie or Trundle 3, and it's really nice, I think. So if you have a good spot for it, like in Scrap, I think it's good. But if you have trash units, like in Twitch maybe, you don't want the Maddie 3 that much. Unless you have items on her, but yeah, usually you don't, so bit sus. Then we see the augments for 2 champions to go together. Martial Law, the Caitlyn one. Yeah, nerf it because you get a Caitlyn, it's too good an emissary. Second one, this is the Vi Echo one, right? Yeah, probably too good an emissary as well, so they nerf it. Then Sisters is the Vi Jinx. Not very good. I think a tech I have for Sisters, I don't even know if it's super good, but I think it's pretty good, is that if you have a Rebel crest, it's pretty nice, I think, in Rebels, because then you can fit Vi and Elise. But if you don't have it, like you want to play the Elise, it's very awkward. I probably wouldn't take this, even with the buffs. If you have the Rebel Crest, I recommend it. Training Arc, HP per win. Which one is this? Training Arc is Pit Fighters permanently gain 1.5 attack damage if they lost the last combat. If they won, gain 45 HP instead. Yeah, I think this sucks still. Maybe if you're playing Violet, it's decent, but yeah, you're not gonna play it otherwise. Trifecta, attack speed up 23 instead of 18. This is the 3 cost one. 3 random 3 costs gain 250 health and yeah, 23% attack speed. This is probably very takeable now if you're playing a 3 cost carry, but otherwise it's not. So maybe if you're playing GP carry, what else could you pick this in? Let's see the 3 costs. You could pick this if you're playing, I mean, Ezreal, but you're not. Kog'Maw, you could definitely pick this in Kog'Maw and you're happy. If you're playing Smeech carry, it's pretty good as well. Or TF. Those are basically the ways to play it. Why not both? Bonus stats. This is one, well, you field 2 of the same form swapper in different forms, both gain 24. Ability power, armor, and magic resist, and 24% attack damage. When you 3-star a form swapper, gain a 2-star copy, gain a Swain and a GP. Now it's 30 for ability power, armor, magic resist, and attack damage. Instead of 24, might be decent if you're already angling like a Swain GP game, but if you don't have Swains and GPs, you don't take it, and even if you do, like, I'm not sure how good this is. This one is too hard because it hasn't been meta for so long. I think it's still not good. It might be like tier 3. Yeah, tier 3, sure. Augments, Prismatic. Anger Issues, too broken with Seri. Actually, too good in some other comps as well, like Violet's good in. It's good in Conquerors. Yeah, good that they nerfed a bit. Belt Overflow. You get 5 belts. It gives 60 bonus HP. I think this is good change, I guess. Probably a bit of a buff, I would say. You can make like 2 Warmogs and then a Nasher or a Sunfire. That is pretty good, I think. Nothing crazy. I think it's nice in Black Rose or whatever you play Garen in. It's good then. Otherwise, it's not as good. Chem Baron Crown, yeah, obviously removed. Exalted Adventure, Duplicators 3, you get 2 instead, and rewards you to use 10%. Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of this augment now. I don't know, it's really random. This is one where you gain gain 3 2-cost champions. If you 3-star 2 of them, gain an orb filled with loot. Gain a lesser duplicator at the start of the next 2 stages. Yeah, not the biggest fan. It's probably takeable if you don't have anything else, but yeah, not great. Big nerf. Glorious Evolution. This is the Victor augment, so you need 6 upgrades, get a Victor and a JG. This is gonna be good now. 6 upgrades. I think it's good if you really want a Victor or a JG, but yeah, you must really want them, otherwise it's very bad. Usually very bad still. Immovable object, power increase 60 down to 50. This is the Randuin's one. Good nerf, it's too versatile, it's still decent to pick, but nothing crazy. Lucky Gloves turns for 3rd glove. 7 instead of 5, good. It was too broken. Still good if you have like a glove start or so. Pumping up, base attack speed up. That's good. This is going to be much more takeable. I think this is a decent augment now. Spoils of War, chance for loot orb 40 to 45%. Still bad, I think. It's just like you need a good a good start to not lose super hard if you take a Spoils of War and it's prismatic. I will probably almost never take this, but if you have a super good start, you can. Team up geniuses. This is the Echo Heimer thing. Heimer missile damage 120 to 150. I think this is actually not too bad. If you have a Sentinel Heimer game, you can take out the Lux, play 4 Sentinel, Quirky, Heimer, Ezreal, and then Echo. It's actually not that bad. Yeah, if you don't want the second Academy item much, I would definitely consider this. Trifecta, wow, a big buff. 9% higher attack speed. So yeah, it's still like if you're playing a 3-cost carry, sure. Otherwise not. So like if you're playing Kog'Maw or something, sure take it or TF, but otherwise, yeah, don't. And probably don't play into it. Like it's only if you're already playing into some of those comps. Then lastly, anomalies. I don't think these matter as much. You still just pick whatever is makes sense. You're not gonna roll infinite, but let's go through the most important ones, I guess. Like the biggest changes, last chance. This one was one that you sometimes rolled extra much for. You don't anymore because the bonus attack speed is a lot less. This one where you revive once you die. It's still going to be good on the units it's good on, but you're not going to sit there rolling past decent ones. Titan of Teamwork, 3-star. 3-star star count. Which one is this? Titan of Teamwork. Gain 1% durability for each star level on your board. 3-star champions grant 4% durability instead. Okay, so it's 6 instead of 4. It's still like you're not that happy. It's not often that you want this. You can take this in Renata and put it on your Singed or on your Rel. That's basically it. It's not often that you want to have a tank anomaly when you're playing reroll is the thing. Touch of Frost, stun duration 1 to 1.5 seconds. This is becoming decent. They have buffed this many times. This one where ability cast 20% chill. When chilled enemies die, they stun the nearest enemy for 1.5 seconds. I would still almost never take this. Like you can pick it sometimes. Maybe put it on like if you have a LeBlanc itemized, like sure, that's pretty good. But unless you have something super good, I wouldn't take it. Vampire to Infinity, Amped Omnivamp, 40 to 50%. I don't like this one. If you don't have Omnivamp on your carry, take it, I guess. But otherwise, yeah, no. Vicious Appetite. HP per stack, 150 to 100. Damage amp per stack, 3 to 2%. I feel like you almost never take this. It's one where you lose HP for these buffs. And yeah, it's not that good. Or no, is it that one even? Voracious Appetite. This champion gains 300 health and 50% damage amp. Each round gain a consumable that grants 150 health and 3% damage amp in exchange of 3-player health. Yeah, I think this one is not that good. It was the one I thought. Like if you're Giga high rolling, you're 100 HP or 80 plus, take it still, but otherwise don't. Is there anything else? or is Mr. Mort done? Some bug fixes, you can pause here and read them if you want to. I don't think it's that important. Oh, this is important. Sign knockup no longer goes through Quicksilver. That's actually really big. I didn't know that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. And oh, actually, we should talk about what comps are probably good. So let's actually just take out the tier list. Scrap still good. Visionary Sentinel still good. Sorcerer still good. Sorcerer Emissary a bit better than before. Yeah, maybe better than Sorcerer Black Rose now. Academy still good. A bit better. Enforcer a bit better. Urgot a lot worse. Urgot is probably you don't play unless you have the Unleash the Beast. The yeah. Trolling still good. Cambaron Ambusher is good, but not the Cambaron Silco probably. Only if you really want to go for a 500 cash out for some reason, you're getting super good losses. But probably usually the Ambusher version. Quick Striker good. Sniper. Sari, yeah, Sari good. No changes to her. I think this doesn't really change much in reality. I think the main thing is we might see Ambessa be back more for Emissary Ambessa, not only the Sorcerer version, because of her AD buffs. Besides that, it's really not that big changes, I feel like. Really not. Um, yeah, I don't think anything other major will change. Basically the same patch. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it and see you next time. Peace.